Well, folks, welcome back to the Turning Stone Classic XXIX. I'm upstate Al of AZBTV. We do have a match at hand. It's going to be Lance Lisciotti, the son of the great Larry Lisciotti, versus Mika, the Iceman Immonen, coming up next in a race to 9. This is a winner's side match, so the loser will not be eliminated. We'd like to thank ChalkySticks.com. This is the app that everybody's downloading. It's free to download for your iOS device and also your Android. We want to thank MBQs. He sells all Josh from the earliest all the way to whatever they're making. If you want something, he can get it for you. Make sure to get in touch with mbqs.com. We want to thank the Grimaldi family, 4 generations, putting everything together. They can build a man cave for you. What I would advise is go to their Facebook page. Look up Thomas Grimaldi on the Facebook page. There's so many different pictures of the jobs that they did for people and businesses that your mouth is just going to drool. It's going to salivate. Get in touch with Thomas Grimaldi and family right there at that website or call them. Also, Mark Dion has a Winter Classic coming up. We will be there to live stream it. It's the 27th through the 28th. It's got 100 man already in the field. It's going to be full at 128. You better get in touch with Mark right away. You call him at that telephone number or get in touch with him at that email you see on your screen. We want to thank the Kings of Vapor and also the Kings of Billiards in Akron, Ohio. And for all your vaping needs, go to thekingsofvapor.com. We want to thank Dennis Walsh, realty attorney. This man can do anything you wish when it comes to real estate. This is the guy to call. He's out of Chicago, Dennis Walsh. Also, Dennis Walsh has raised over $16,000 so far for the George Fells Memorial Straight Pool Challenge. That's going to take place at Derby City Classic coming up. And his sidekick always helping him out, Bill Maropoulos. Thank you, Dennis. We want to thank Checkio. us.checkio.com is where you can get your sports drink that everybody's drinking. We want to thank Baltimore City Q's. It's baltimorecityqs.com. Simona's cloth. That's the cloth we're playing on. It is the best. And, of course, we're rolling with the best balls, Aramith. We want to thank Mr. Greg Antonakis. Get your Southwest from the best. Greg also has cues to fit your budget, custom cues. He has BK Rush also. So if he has any more left, you better get in touch with him right away on Facebook, or you can email him or call him at that number. Thank you, Greg. And we want to thank Stephen right here at Billiard Product Reviews. This is a website that I was really impressed. Go over to billiardproductreviews.com. It's honest, unbiased reviews of all things billiards. And I'm telling you, when they say to inform you and educate, go over there, take a look, and see what I saw. It's amazing what they put together on that website. We also want to remind you that AccuStats will be down there at Derby City Classic. And not only that, all their matches now are now electronically viewable on Vimeo on demand. And you can become a monthly member or a year member. I'm not sure all the deals. Go over to AccuStats.com and get your subscription now. They're uploading the library to Vimeo. Mr. Pat Fleming and Jim and the whole crew behind the scenes doing that. We want to thank light-systems.com. This is the new LED lighting that's really spreading across the United States. They do have a booth here on premises. It's light-systems.com. We'll run an ad when we can. We want to thank Kamui, KamuiTips.com, and we'll run an ad with Jennifer Beretta out of Skyline Billiards when we get a chance. But right now we're under the gun because the match prior to the one that we're about to watch ran over time. So we're going to let these players know that we're ready to rock and roll, and they're warming up. And then we'll change the scoreboard around, too. The guys in the background didn't do that. So we'll get that all changed. And in the booth, we're going to have Joe, one of my sidekicks, and also the great Michael Yetnick is coming up also. Is that you, Joe? No, that's not you. All right. Is that you, Joe? Is that you?
Is that me? That's me.
Mike, are you on?
Testing, testing,
Yeah, you're on there.
You're on. Say again, Mike?
testing. 1, 2, 3, testing.
No, no. I'm hearing you from a different headset.
Testing.
Hold on, Joe. Is that you, Mike?
Testing.
There you go.
There we go.
That's Mr. Michael
We got
Yetnick.
him.
Thanks, Al.
We need.
2015 New Jersey State 10-ball champ from Astoria, Sean Morgan. Okay, table 16 from Harvard Grace Maryland, a multiple winner, 2 multiple winners right here on our tour. This ought to be a good match. He's a former Action Pool Tour Player of the Year several times. He's sponsored by Lights Out Billiard Apparel, Raymond's Pro Shop, Brews and Q's, and Lucasi Custom Q's. Did I miss anybody? Did I get them all? Blackheart Tips. And Blackheart Tips. Sean Wilson. And his opponent, he's a multiple winner on our tour. He's from Stottsburg, New York. He's sponsored by American Q Pickers, which is a company that him and his son own. If you got any Qs that you want to sell, or he buys and sells any kind of Qs, Greg Antonakis. Good luck, guys and ladies. Please remember to turn the ringers off on your cell phones. It can be very distracting. And players, you should have them put away completely. Please put your phones away. And everyone else, if you'd like to take pictures, you can do so, but please do so without the flash. And let's not forget our custom Jack Gray Jazz Qs. We have 2 Qs worth $1,200 a piece that we're going to raffle off right here at Turning Stone. Anyone can participate. You don't have to be present to win. The ticket prices are $5 each, 3 for 10, 7 for 20. We'll raffle one off Saturday night right before the 8 o'clock round and one on Sunday right before the final match at 7. We also have books from Phil Capel, including his new book, which is a culmination of all the other books that he's written. All the information you're ever going to need will really help your game. And not only that, we're giving 20% off on all of his books. The prices that are on the books represent a 20% off discount.
Hello.
You're not going to get the discount anywhere else. We're giving it to you right here. So we have the books up here, and we have the raffle queues up here. You can purchase tickets. There's also some posters up here if you'd like to take some. And if you have a Turning TS Rewards card, and you haven't already done so, swipe your card on our kiosk right up here, and you'll get a $10 free play loaded onto your card. Good luck.
All right, folks. There he is. Michael Yetnick, and Joe's off to the side. Had a camera view. Mike's wife in the background right there. Helps out Mike a lot down at Amsterdam Billiards with the straight pool league that Mike runs. It's real interesting.
Hello. Hey, here we go. Back in business.
All right, guys, I think they're still warming up.
Yeah.
Do we have Mika sponsors, Al? Are they
Go right ahead.
Town Tips, Kamui Products, and Mez Qs? Is that it?
That's it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And does Lisciotti have any sponsors or no?
You know,
His pops?
this is the first time I'm actually seeing Lance actually play. The great, rest in peace, Larry Lisciotti. When I talk to his son, I see Larry. I really, the way he talks, and I'm expecting him to shoot well. You know,
Larry was a fine player, so that makes sense.
yeah, you know, when you have a thoroughbred, a racehorse, and you breed them, they breed them, and you get another thoroughbred, maybe a Triple Crown winner. So this is my first time. I'm looking forward to seeing Lance play. I just want to say hi to everybody back home, Lance's family that's tuning in. from Verona, New York. Mike, on behalf of Mike Yetnick and Joe and myself, we're saying hello.
Guys, I'm going to do a quick shout out to my sponsor, if you don't mind. Al, it's Jacoby Custom Cues, Predator Shafts, Kamui Products. Of course, special thanks to my wife, Christine Jagdale. Also working a little bit with Alex Paguline on the Behind the Rock stuff. Anyone interested in that, please feel free to contact me on Facebook. Michael Yednick. Thanks, guys.
Which one are you, Joe?
Right here. Right here.
Okay, so I got this one on then. Okay, so we're all good now, right?
I think he was on before. I
no,
think
no,
he
no,
shut
no.
him off.
No, he's good.
No?
Say
Okay.
something.
Hey.
Yeah, we're all good.
We're good. We're good. That's you.
All right, guys, we're all ready to go here. Just learning the mechanics of a proper system. I'm usually on Facebook Live with a little rink-a-dink system.
And that was a very good job, by the way.
Got a lot of support from my friends like Al.
Yeah, I want to talk to you a little bit about some of the things down there in the settings and help you out just a little bit, even with the phone.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, yeah. Right now we're running at 1080p for this one. We boosted it up a little bit so that folks at home want to put it on their televisions. It comes out supposed to be crystal clear at this. I can pump it up more, but I'm afraid a lot of people might be crashing and buffering.
Clarity counts.
Yeah. Well, it's another practice rack, and I think both players might be ready to go.
Legs getting ready to pop up here.
Looks like they're comfortable now.
Of course, the players elected to lag with their backs to us instead of from the other side of the table, but Mika Immonen is on the right, Lance Lisciotti on the left.
Looks like a reasonable lag. Mika froze it, I think.
Got it close to the rail, that's for sure. You know, something like that happened at one of the straight pool tournaments. In fact, Mike Zuglin was playing Mike Siegel, and Siegel got it like 1/8 of an inch closer to the rail, and he ran 150 and out. And somebody said,
Better work on your lag.
Somebody said, Mike, yeah.
Mike is some straight pole player. Oh, man.
Somebody said to Mike Zuglin, how'd you shoot? Mike Zuglin says, I got to practice my lag.
Yeah. We'll see if any of the speed plays any factor this game. Yesterday it was to a couple people's advantage.
You know, a lot of guys are still trying to get used to the new cloth, diamond tables. A lot of us play on Brunswicks primarily. Whenever we get on these new tables with brand new cloth, perfect conditions, we're not quite as used to them as a guy like Mika Immonen who plays on them all the time.
A lot of ball skidding yesterday we seen.
With the mic away just a hair. You can still hear me fine, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. I could hear myself breathe. So Mika's probably going to do a cut break here. Probably trying to play the 5.
Yeah, he did. He made the wing, which was the 5.
Made the 5. Hit it a little soft, so he doesn't have position on the 1. He's going to have to hit it a little harder, a little softer, so he gets position on the 1 moving forward. Probably see a push out here. Guys, where do you like to push out? Lower right corner? By the first diamond?
I wouldn't mind pushing out right to the center of the table here and just give him a little piece of it. Push it right down to the center diamond. and give him that left side of that one ball and let him work with it.
Let him see it a little bit.
He's going to the right side.
Is he?
Just making sure the 9's not dead.
He's going to get that back, maybe.
I think it goes by the 8. If I'm looking at the screen right, the 1 goes by the 8, so it's almost a free shot. Nothing's a free shot with Mika, but
If you hit the back of the 8, it still has the possibility of going in. He did get it back.
yeah, I bet Mika's going to fire at this. I don't see him playing safe.
I like Mika on any long shots. You know, especially when you got a ball on the rail and cue balls on the same rail. He just spears them in with fearless. Fearless.
He likes to hit these with a touch of inside English, and it makes it cut it a little extra, and that makes it a little higher probability of potting the ball.
Potting the ball. Yeah,
Sure.
I think he
Yeah,
was
he made
thinking the
one.
same thing.
Nope.
I said almost free, and it looks like he got away with missing it.
And he is behind the 3.
He's probably going to have to kick behind the 6 here. Trying to play in the same pocket Mika just tried to play it. I think he's probably going to go 2 rails as opposed to 1 rail at it. I think he can get by the 6 enough to go 2 rails. He should hit the 2 after if he makes it or gets close to making it. Wow, just missed it. And that's the new cloth. He's probably not as accustomed to hitting the new cloth, so he went just a hair long. This is Mika's dream. He actually opened up the problem with the 5-9 or the 4-9 at the bottom. So Mika's going to play the 1 in the right corner, the 2 in the left corner, 3 in the lower left corner, 4 ball, and then you know, pretty much connect the dot out or a Cosmo.
It kind of makes it seem easy, but try it, folks.
I mean, with the
The speed of the cloth has
Oh,
been
he
getting
just-
a couple of
Yeah.
players.
yeah, he just lost the cue ball there.
Yeah.
He lost it bad. Well, maybe I shouldn't beat up on myself so much. He
No,
was
you
playing
good,
for the
you
lower
good.
left corner, but he got all right on it. But he was definitely playing for the lower left corner on that. He wasn't playing short side position. And he's probably going to either pop this out 1 rail or draw back 2 rails. I think he'll draw back with outside English 2 rails. Yeah. Getting speed. Speed controls a
Right
little,
on it.
little suspect. But he got perfect.
Yeah, it's just like stop the rock right there. Pinch it back just a little bit and he's okay.
He's probably going to try to get straight on the 7 or close to straight.
Again, the speed is a factor.
He overpulled
Definitely.
it. He's looking away from the table a second. He's a little already showing a little frustration, but Mika's going to make this with ease. All he's got to do is make this ball and he's out. Did bobble a little
He
bit.
rattled it.
It bobbled.
Yeah.
He's just going to use a top left or center left. Get close to his work, make easy 9-ball for this closure.
The first game and the last game are the hardest ones to win, and Mika, drawing first blood here, leads 1-0.
We seen him hang a ball in the corner yesterday a couple times and weren't able to make it off the rail.
You know, with diamond tables, that tends to happen. You know, you really got to make sure you're sinking that ball in the heart of the pocket.
You know, I had Mika in the league here at Amsterdam Billiards, and he ran a 189 on one of his players. I raced a 150
How do you sit there and fade
on,
that?
on a tie pocket
And
table.
I saw
yeah.
you fade that also when we were down at Steinway where Darren ran like 200 and change.
Yeah, Darren's a beast as well.
And you were just such a gentleman. You said, Darren, keep running. Keep running. And Mike was sitting there. I just can't fade that.
You know, I love seeing good pool, whether it's me or someone else.
Yeah.
Never mind watching the pool.
It was a nice run, too.
That was a perfect run. No bangs, nothing funny.
Yeah.
Clean, straight pull run. Okay, so he tried the cut break and didn't make the wing ball. That's usually the rack. I don't know if he checked the rack or not, but when you don't make the wing ball, if you're doing a cup break, it's usually the rack.
That is Mika's first rack, right? I mean, it is
His,
1-0, right?
Yeah, it's 1-0.
Okay, because I just got a text message.
No, it's 1-0, guys. They were warming up before, so it might have been a little confusing, but they just did the lag, and Mika won the first game, 1-0. Larry can put him behind the 7, and that's the right play, I believe. He could try to bank it in the side, but there's no position. I think he's supposed to safe him. Put the cue ball behind the 7 and bank the 1 ball, probably up towards the 4 ball. I don't think he can get it all the way down table.
4 ball, folks, is the pink ball on the table, and we're using the Aramis tournament set.
He might safe with the cue instead of the 1. Bank the 1 towards the 5 and put the cue behind the 9.
He's got a wall of balls there, but again, the speed's a factor.
Yeah, he also spun it really wide. If he didn't use as much English, he would have been able to keep it behind the 2 and the 3. That's a new cloth adjustment as well. You know, I was saying Mika has an advantage with that, but I mean, that's a huge advantage, right? When you know where your cue ball is going, and then you step on these tables and you're all over the place. Pretty soon you start missing balls you never missed. Start, you know, losing position worse because your mental game goes down. It's a little rough sometimes.
Somebody asked on the stream, are they breaking from the box? And yes, they are.
Yeah, you're not allowed to break from the rail here. No jump cues. You have to use a full cue jump, and it has to be one of the 2 cues that you have out. Your break cue or your shooting cue. You're not allowed 3 cues. Any other special rules here?
They got the
fouls.
modified rule of touching a ball
Yeah,
before striking your shot, where you have to let your opponent know, and he has the option to put it back where it is. Other than that, it's all ball fouls. It's just modified.
You can slop balls in. You can slop the 9 in. No called balls aside from that. I actually love these rules. The only thing I don't like is the racking nonsense, but that's...
Well,
you know,
we really have no racking nonsense going on, but my big pet peeve right now is if you're going to play all ball fouls, and I like Mike Zuglin, and I like what he does. If you're going to play all ball fouls, let's play all ball fouls. You know, I mean, where do you go after this? Where does Mika go? He goes to another world event or something, and believe me, if you touch a ball with the hair on your arm and they see it, it's going to be a foul. So let's season everybody up for those rules. But on the other hand, everybody can't agree to it. Different tournament directors have different rules.
Yeah, if we could just get one standardized rules for all the games, 9 ball, 10 ball, 8 ball, straight pull, 1 pocket, this sport would be so much more enjoyable for everyone to play.
you wouldn't have a players meeting.
Yeah,
you know, everybody would know the rule.
It really would be great. If you guys have noticed, Mika's playing with a new cue. It's his new Mez cue. He's got extended points, a smaller wrap area for where his hand actually goes. And the balance is amazing with that cue. I actually play with it.
Beautiful looking cue too, wow.
I play with Jacoby, and they're also a really good cue maker, but Mez Cue also makes very fine products, and that's what Mika's using and his sponsor for several years now.
See Jason Shaw hitting some balls with it yesterday.
Yeah, Jason's sponsored by Mucci.
Yes.
Takes care of him very well, and a very good product as well. There are a lot of great cue makers out there now, out there these days. You know, the Predator Revo shaft, I know a lot of guys are working with that. It's a very low deflection shaft.
BK Rush.
Oh, wow.
You're not going to see that too often.
He might get all right here.
Well, he's not all right when the other guy's up at the table shooting.
Yeah, there's nothing all right about that.
How about just playing it to the short rail? He's going to try to cut this in.
I would cut this in too. I agree. I wouldn't play
I don't know how Lance plays. Like I said, this is my very first time watching him. And sometimes a player will get aggressive, and it might cost you a few racks. I mean, it's a very simple safe by putting it down on the lower rail on the bottom of your monitor there. But then Mika will definitely bank for home plate. So it's his call. Lance is going for the shot. Nice shot.
It might hang.
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
Nice shot.
You know, my friend passed away recently, Ginki Sansusi. George used to always say that if you're playing a player better than you, it's always favorable to be a little more aggressive. So I would tend to agree that if you're playing a world champion like Mika, you're probably going to be the better to go ahead and shoot out rather than try to get in a safety battle. You put it by the middle of the diamond, and Mika has a second chance to win. He's already had 1 chance to win. You don't want Mika getting 2 chances to win.
Yeah.
You know, and that was Ginky's mentality, and I fully agree with that. Viva La Pool House. I hear what you're saying about the 10 ball, but 10 ball is just as easy as 9 ball as far as the break is concerned. You know, I don't know if you recognize, but a guy like Shane Van Boning is pocketing 3 balls on the break every time and having a game of 7 ball. So, you know, whether you make it 9 ball, 10 ball, the rules just need to be the same.
Right.
Yeah. Well, you know, you got to give them all the credit too. Anybody that practices their break shot and gets that muscle memory, you know, to hit it at whatever is.
Oh, Shane Van Boning, you know, Corey Dool, these guys
Corey Dool's
work
another
on
one.
the break
Yeah.
hours upon hours. I actually work on the break a good amount of time. I feel like if you work hard and get the advantage, you should maintain that advantage.
Sure.
There's an art to it.
Yeah, I don't like the rack technicians, but as far as understanding the break, that's a whole nother animal. I truly respect.
You mean there is rack technicians?
Truly respect a guy like you know, Shane and Corey. And there's a number of others. But
I tell you, that was a
like
nice
to
shot by Lance. I don't know what's concerning him. If the 3 ball is concerning him, is probably his issue. He does have the shot on the 1 into the corner pocket. He could draw off the rail.
his issue's the
back.
3 ball.
That's
He
what I'm
doesn't know
thinking.
what to do with the 3. The 3 ball is in a horrible spot, and if you run these 2 balls, you don't really gain any advantage.
Well, he could put the cue ball in the pocket between the 6-9 and roll up that way. You know, if he gets on that side of the 3 ball, I'm just assuming. I think he's playing safe.
Yeah, he's thinking of locking Mika up on the 2 and letting Mika deal with the 3 problem.
The little cluster down there has got him.
I kind of like running the 2 and the 1 and the 2, getting on the 3, and then putting the 3 behind the 9 and playing safe that way.
That's a nice shot, yeah.
But I think he's going to play safe now. I think, you know, based on what I'm seeing. Yeah, he's putting it behind the 2. This isn't bad because
got there.
if Mika hits it, he might disturb that cluster and
Right.
cause some advantage.
Yes.
When you are playing safe, you do want to put the object ball by your problem area so that maybe you get lucky and they open it up while they're trying to get the hit. It's a little bit of an advanced safety technique, but usually works out pretty well. Mika hit that horrible. He's mad that he missed the 9, I think, still.
I got to play him safe again and put him in the pocket between the 4 and the 9 now. Or is that the 5 and the 9?
5.
5 and the
5
9.
and 9.
Yeah, I got to play him safe there.
He could also break the 3 up, but then the 4 is tied up. So I think that a safety is the right play here. I completely agree. I might put the cue ball to the right of the spot, bank the 1 out of there, and put the cue ball where the 4 is.
I like it. I like the 5. Yeah, I like that.
Is that
I
the
like
5?
Yeah, it's the 5.
5.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, guys. Looks,
But it
looks a
doesn't.
little pink to me.
The 3-5 combination in the lower corner, it doesn't look like it goes. I just kind of looked up over the monitor there, and
It looks like it might go.
no, it won't go.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So he's got to play safe here. I mean, that's got to be the right play. He's just deciding what safe's best.
Speed control is going to be a factor here. If Lance tries to draw this back, he's got to be careful.
I like this, but it is a little hard to control.
You know, I've seen a lot of players play this safe and the 1 ball go in. And he's got to be careful where he's banking it.
It could backfire here.
Yeah, you got to make sure you don't bank it in a hole.
Yeah, if you're thinking, you know, there's a great kicking video out there by Grady Matthews, and basically diamond to diamond. So this first diamond to the first diamond on a long rail, second diamond to the second diamond, third diamond to the third diamond.
And there it goes.
Wow, you called
There
it.
went in.
So
Yeah.
he went third diamond to third diamond, and it banks right in the corner. And I don't know why he set it up that way, knowing that little bit of knowledge would have saved him a huge headache here. Oh, Viva, yeah, I got any straight pull tournament that's out there, I play. So, yeah, I'll be in both those if I'm still invited like I was last year. I certainly hope so. I love straight pull. It's my favorite game. Not to take away from the rotation games. They're amazing as well, but can't get enough straight pull.
He called that one out. He stuck himself. He made that 1 ball.
And you see that quite often because you're paying attention and concentrating more of your mental game on the safe instead of the direction where that object ball is going. That's why I like just rolling up and putting the 1 ball up behind the 2. Not criticizing Lance at all. It's a mistake I've seen many times.
Yeah, the right play just poorly executed. you know, or poorly thought out mental decision error, I guess, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Even if he had the shot on the 2, he still have a tough shot for the 3 ball. I mean, unless he could get on the short side of it. But
This shot here, I think, Mike, not to cut you short, I think a nice 3 rail of come behind it too and try to get the cue ball to squirt down where all the traffic is. I think this is a good shot.
Absolutely. The 3 railer is the biggest ball.
Yeah.
Anything else, he doesn't disturb. If he goes 1 rail, he doesn't disturb the cluster. The only problem with the 3 rail is he might disturb the cluster. So I could see going 1 rail here.
he's kicking at it. So
Yeah, he's going 1 rail.
Small ball when you go that way, though.
I agree with that, but Mika's still in trouble here with this little cluster. So he's going to have to play that original safety, I think, by putting a 3 into the 6 and putting the cue behind the 9.
Does the 9 go in a combination? That's what he's looking at now, because he can play the 2 and then play the 3-9, like a sort of a 2-way shot, maybe play a safe at the same time.
I can't see.
Or
the
he's just
angle
going to
on
play the he's going to look to play the combination. He's a great straight pool player. You just heard he ran 180 something balls from the gate, and combinations come up a lot in straight pool. And I just from experience, I think the straight pool players are better at combinations than any players that I've ever seen play.
He's looking at the 3-5. I'm not sure if that goes.
He might be looking at the ticky. The 3 might go straight into the 4 or 5. I'm sorry. It might go straight into the 5. It might go off the 9 into the 5. It might go off the 6 into the 5. I'm not sure. It might be almost dead. It looks funny here, like it might go, but I can't think that's a high percentage shot. I think he's trying to get there so he can put the 3 against the rail and bury the cue in there. If he can get the cue where his hand was,
right,
he can hit the 3 and put the cue behind the 6 and 9. He
right.
can go another route there.
I like that too. And if the 5 does go, he still has a shot at the 3 if he plays the 2-way.
Yeah, he's got the 3-9 if he gets perfect on it, or he's got the safe. That might be the highest percentage play. Could also try to go into it here and see if he gets something.
No, he tried to bump it out of there and caught the corner.
He caught the corner of the pocket, exactly.
Tries to put him behind the 8 here, you think?
He tried to bank it. He banked it. He broke it up.
All right, so that's the Mika we know and love there. Went a little aggressive and came with a good shot and got rewarded. He's going to go 2 rails for the 6 here. Make sure he leaves angle. Wow, he hit it too soft. Too soft, not enough outside English. Playing safe here.
No.
I lied. I thought he was going to go into the 9, leave the 6 in the 9, play a shot at the 9, and leave him safe at the same time. But he just, you know, I've seen Mika do this a lot. When he gets frustrated or angry, sometimes he goes into straight like muscle mode, and he'll just out muscle his opponent.
Yeah, he opens up that extra gear.
Yeah, he just tries to force the win.
Yeah.
And he does it like better than anyone I know.
Do you have to take the 9 with us here? Bump the 9 towards the corner?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Great shot.
Yeah, left him a little high.
No, that's a great shot. He's clear of the rail. Easy cut. Aggressive, strong play there. I thought the 6 was a double kiss. He banked it right in. 2-0?
2-1.
2-1.
2-1. Oh, that's right. You cut that 1 ball down. Yeah, best safety in the world is to keep your opponent off, off the table. So,
keep him in the chair.
He did play a safe on the 6. I'm guessing Mika thought it was a little high, and that's why he had him re-rack it.
They were racking about a quarter past the spot yesterday. They were racking a little high yesterday.
Sometimes you have to do that just to get it tight, and I don't mind that, you know, as long as it's a good rack.
Watch the 6 ball here.
Yeah. In all position on the 1 in the corner where he's breaking.
Right in the hole.
And the 9 floats towards the right-hand corner.
We seen that number of times yesterday with the 9 ball in that one bottom left corner there.
I thought he mishit that. He hit the right side of the rack, breaking from the left side. That's not standard.
Wing ball still went in.
Yeah, the wing ball still went in. That's a little crazy for me from a breaking standpoint. Looks like this will be a short game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 9. Right, that's the 4-9, not the
That's
5.
a 5. 5 ball.
No, it's 4.
Oh,
No, I think
Four?
it's 4-9.
Okay.
Yeah. I think he might play for the 3 in the side here if the 3 doesn't go by the 5. Yeah, he's playing for the 3 in the side.
And he got the
And,
good angle, too.
That was good speed. I think if he does a stop shot, he'll have a stop shot in the 4 to make the 9. And if the 4 goes, he won't play the combo. If the 4 goes clean, he'll just run it out.
Yeah, he's playing the combo.
But I think he's playing the combo. He got so good on it. Yeah. 3-1.
3-1.
Yes.
All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and mention Mika's sponsors again. Talent Tips, Kamui Products, and Mez Cues. He's playing with a brand new Mez. I think he got it like 2 weeks ago. He was playing with it in Amsterdam. My sponsors, Jacoby Custom Cues, Predator, Shafts, Kamui Products, my wife Christine Jagdale. I'm also working with Alex Paguline on as his assistant for Behind the Rock. And I should also thank Amsterdam Billiards, House Pro there. They've taken care of me for a long time. This is when I wish there was a mic right over the rack so I could hear what they're talking about.
I could crank it up, but, you know, it's only because the secondary ball behind the one was a little space on the left side. Mika pointed to it.
Yeah, Mika just mentioned he's on a new plan here. He's not drinking and being very focused and trying to get in full gear here. I'm always excited when I hear him talk about that.
Wing ball didn't fall that time.
I tell you, how'd you like to start from here, every rack? The only ball that might be the problem is that 3 ball there. He's got to get on top of this 3 ball with the 5 and the 8 there. Could be funny.
Yeah, and the position of the 2 is in a bad spot to get to that area. I think he might have to accept the 3 in the side. It'll definitely go. I know it's diamond tables, but the 3 in the side looks feasible.
That wouldn't be a bad shot, being that the 4 is right there for the
The
opposite
4 is right there. You
side.
just got to get right up on that 3, so you're in good shape. And then everything else is easy. Just the 3 is the key. So there's sort of a magic ball in every rack, and the 3 ball is that ball, and that's what Al's saying. If he gets the 3 out, then he should win the rack.
And that's what he's playing for. He's playing for that 3 in the side, like Mike said. That's what he has to do. I mean, doesn't have to do it, but that seems like it's feasible and the right thing to do.
I really don't know why he went forward there. I would have used a low outside there. I don't know what he was. Was he trying to get hooked right before?
Maybe.
He's not hooked, is he?
Nah, but it's close. Like I just don't see a reason to get that close.
Oh, it is real close.
Now, I think that was a decision error there. He could have easily used outside English. I know he didn't want to get straight on the ball, but he could have like stunned it straight up.
Yeah, but if you spin this one here, Mike, spin this with a little left-hand English here, you got to be careful with a 9 ball. That's a big ball, that 9 ball, even if he just plays center position here. Watch the cue ball. Oh, he drew it out. Yo, baby, I don't know about that one.
That was almost an incredible shot, and he just got, I think he just got hooked. That was a really, he played a really smart shot there. He got a little unfortunate to roll just past the 4. But he played a very small window, hit that window, and then just overhit the ball slightly. If he hit the 3, he's probably going to get a shot. If he hit the the 5, he would have been all right.
Well, he's hooked behind the 5 ball.
He's probably going to try to kick and stick. think, unless he can cut it. But if you kick and stick here and you hit it wide, you might get it to go 3 rails behind the 8.
If he has enough of it, he can get it behind the 9 and possibly keep that cue ball up behind the 5. If he can thin it, I don't know how much of that 3 ball he can hit.
Yeah, if he can thin it, he might be advisable to go ahead and play a 3-9 combo. You know, if he misses it, he leaves the 3 safe in the middle of the rail. If he makes it, you know.
That's taking a chance. I like ducking if I can. You know, you could gamble like that with your own money.
Yeah, maybe that's why I'm on the 1-loss side already.
I didn't know that, Mike. I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. I played a good player, and well, let's just say he's one of those rack technicians. He might make this ball. This isn't a horrible kick. Oh, God. I thought he was going to get the worst roll possible. Mika's all right here. He's got the 3-6. Even though it looks tough,
Look at the cue ball in the jaws. Cue ball's in the jaw.
Yeah, the only problem here is getting safe behind the 7 when he makes it. I think I'll have a shot in the 3 after this. Unless the 3's not in the jaws like I think. Maybe it's out a little further. But I talk a little nonchalant, but I think this is almost a hanger. He can cut it clean. He can go rail first. He can overcut it. He can carry it.
And get safe behind the 7 almost.
Yeah. I don't know.
Almost.
It must have been further out, or else he would have played the combo, I think. Right, Al?
Yeah. That's why you went down there to sweat how far it's off the rail. Keep in mind, folks, the 9 ball does not have to be called. This is the old rules. You can whack it at 90 miles an hour. If it goes in any pocket, you win. I don't think Mika's going to fire at it.
Nah, Mika's
I just wanted to bring that up.
3.
Yeah. And those are the shots that I was talking about prior to the match getting started, where Mika, with these long-distance shots, just comes with it. He spears them in. He does whatever he wants. It's amazing. Sort of like Jason Shaw. You know, he gets up there and it's like, hey, this is butter.
Yeah, some of my favorite pocketers, Shaw, you know, Mika, and then you have to include Earl Strickland in that.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, just a ball pocketing god.
He's a scientist. He's a scientist, without a doubt. I like his new concept that he's coming up with. In fact, we were talking with Johnny Archer yesterday on the air, and Johnny likes it also. It's all laser, 15 laser dots with numbers on them. You put the balls on the spots. Let's see if I can do it, how many balls I can run, and then see how many balls you can run. And every time you run the rack, the random computer program changes the spots, and now you got to put them.
Well, it has to be the same. Both players got to get a shot.
You got to run them in rotation.
Yeah, but both players got to get a shot at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after so many racks, whoever ran more balls is the winner. Just like Mika just won another rack, he takes the lead here, 4-1. Lance came with a possible great shot on the 3, cost him.
Yeah, the position again overhit the ball slightly.
We just want everybody to know we're trying to keep Ed Cohen out of the booth. We never liked him. I'm kidding.
He's pacing. He's pacing.
Guys, thanks for the well wishes on the chats. We appreciate it.
Let me make that a little bit bigger so you can read it.
Yeah, Mika's standing a little close to the rack. That always makes me have difficulty racking.
Well, he's looked at it 3 times now, and there's been a loose ball in it, so.
Yeah, but still wait till he was done racking, let him rack it, and then check it. But
like the general looking over it.
Mika does like to show his authority. Looks like Bucky's there in the background, right?
Yeah. Dennis Hatch on the table behind that. Who's Bucky playing? Is that Matt Tetro out there?
That's exactly what I thought. But
Oh,
I
no,
can't
that's
tell.
Danny Hewitt out of Canada, isn't it? Yeah, it's Danny Hewitt out of Canada. Not the first time Bucky and Danny played. Bucky plays in a lot of the Josh events, like Danny when they're upstate here. In fact, the next one, the weekend following this tournament, is going to be at Brickyard or Big Brick House. I'm waiting on actually a phone call.
Right, so let's see if the 5-ball goes again. Guys, is he pattern racking? I'm not sure.
Can't tell.
We should probably check and see what that is, if he's doing the same pattern. I've seen a 5-ball on the wing 3 or 4 times now. Looks like Mika's only got the carom, and if he's got the carom, it's going to be tough to play a position on the 1 with the 4 in position where it is. Because he'd like to play the 1 on the side. Maybe he can hit it a little softer and hold it up. Or he could play it harder, have it go back and forth and try to get lucky. That's a little loose, right? Right, guys?
Yeah.
He's going to bank the 1 in like it's a hanger.
He jarred it.
Yeah, guys, it's a double elimination event. Race to 9. I believe the finals are race to 11 or 13. Do you know what it is?
I believe it's 13.
Race to 13 finals.
Yeah, it's just an extended race, one race.
Yeah, so no double elimination if you get to the finals. Mika surprised me there. That was a nice shot. He played that in the side as opposed to the corner. I guess he didn't have any angle on the 3 in the corner, so this should be a foregone conclusion now. He doesn't want to get on the rail. Slightly on what I would call the wrong side of the ball, but he'll be all right. And, I think slightly on the wrong side of that ball again. It would have been nice to go 2 rails towards the 9, but he'll go 1 rail out. Or just draw it straight back. Perfect, though. Yeah, guys, modified final will be a race to 13 for the finals. So no double elimination if you get to the finals.
That's number 5. Score 5-1 now.
So despite some speed errors and positional errors, Mika seems to be running out the balls pretty strong. He just doesn't miss, you know. When he plays bad, he just runs out runs out however he has to. Guys, thanks for watching. Looks like we have almost 600 people sweating these matches. Of course, Al appreciates it.
Absolutely, and I'm monitoring social media at the same time, and everybody sharing the information. We also appreciate it. And Happy New Year, by the way, everybody. Happy holidays.
NJ pool player sending the links out again.
NJ pool player. That's my ace in the hole. That's Troy. We might see him. I don't put it past him, but I don't really want to see him driving in this weather either.
Grandmaster Johnny is still in it.
All right, little. You talking about pattern racking?
Yeah, I think he is. I think he's putting the 2 in the same spot and putting the. He moved the 5, but the 2's in the same spot. He's putting the 2 behind the 9. Mika's asking for the 6 to be locked. He's actually moving it while as a.
I would re-rack. Sometimes when you tap them, you know, you get that little spaces in between.
Yeah, you got to give them. If they won't set right, it's.
Yeah, Mika's being polite about it. He's not doing anything like rough, but he
You
wants
know,
to make a ball.
I couldn't rack. I would tell Mika to please move away as I'm racking. I just can't take that heat of somebody standing over my shoulder.
I
That's
also
just
have
me.
a lot of difficulty. Poor guy's racking for 20 minutes now. Back's gonna hurt. He's not gonna be able to run balls. Yeah, let's see if the 2-4 don't remain in the back behind the 9. And as long as Mika's breaking from the left side as we're looking at the screen, I think he'll keep the 2 on that side. If he breaks from the other side, I think he'll put it down the other side. Because that gives the 2 ball the least movement. I don't understand the rack technicians, but I do understand the break. So the 2 out the least velocity aside from the 9 ball. The 9 ball's supposed to stick still. And then the 2 ball should just roll down to the diamond softly, slowly. Looks like Mika's accepting it. Actually coming in a little bit. If he hits it square, then there's a gap between the 1 and 3 or the 3 and 8.
Yeah, we won't go that time. Well, oh,
He hit it on the wrong side of the rack again, though. He hit it to the right of the rack. If you're cut breaking it, you're supposed to hit the left side of the rack. I think he was trying to hit that square. I've never seen Mika actually cross the rack in 9 ball. 10 ball, it's a little more favorable, but in 9 ball, you usually want to cut it the other way or hit it square, depending on what the rack is like.
I don't see anything in the way here. It looks like it's a pretty wide open rack for him.
Yeah, as long as the 3 goes by the 4, otherwise he's got to play for the 3 on the side. Or 3 goes by the 5, sorry guys. I keep missing up the 3 and for the 4 and the 5. Yeah, this is pretty connect the dot. The 6 to the 8's a little squirrely, but he should be all right. He'll drop back to where he is now for the 4. Favor the right side of the 5 as we're looking at it. And then make sure he's above the 6 so he comes down for the 8. He might go 2 rails here if he's too thin. 1, 2. And again, he just wants to make sure he gets above the 6. He doesn't want to get way above the 6, but he wants to get slightly above the 6 so the cue naturally goes down to the 8. Looks like he got perfect. You can either draw this straight back or go 1 rail over.
Look like 1 rail.
Yeah. Yeah, he's really trying to understand the speed there because, I mean, he hit that perfect, but you could see he's sort of like really watching the ball, the cue ball, and making sure that he's getting the speed. He's trying to understand the speed better and better as he plays.
Okay, that's another one from Mika.
And we'll update that very shortly.
Guys, thanks again for sweating the live stream. We appreciate it here.
6-1, correct?
I believe it is 6-1. I can.
There we go. I got it.
Yeah, it's 6-1. You can actually see the bees over here. A little shout out to Mike Zuglin. He does such an amazing event here. I'm so privileged to have this. I think this is one of the best tournaments that there is for us here in the Northeast
Absolutely.
Coast.
Absolutely.
Had to give a shout out to Al. A lot of work goes on behind the scenes here with the
Without you guys,
streams.
it's a team effort, you know. Everybody that's here pitches in, whether you're helping Mike or back here and volunteering your time. Believe me, I couldn't do it on my own. The players, everybody, it just wouldn't work without anybody else.
Group effort, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, people say a lot about pool players, but I can tell you that most of these guys are my family.
Right. That's what it feels like. Absolutely.
I got a lot of good guys I deal with on a regular basis. Yeah, there's a couple bad seats, but overall, most of the guys here are great people. You know, it's a pleasure. I bumped into Kevin Clark earlier.
Yeah.
He was playing another friend of mine, and he's always a pleasure to bump into, and such a great straight pool player. It's good to see him playing some 9-ball too.
He just finished his match prior to this round here. He played Erin Beckner, and he beat her 9-1.
Yeah, Erin's a sweetheart.
Yeah, Erin's another sweetheart. She came over and she said, well, he didn't shut me out. I said, well, who'd you play? She said, Kevin Clark. He said he played it amazing. I said, yeah, he does play amazing.
I think he's run more 200s than I've run 100s. Just
That's pretty strong.
I think she said you played the 1-9 combo just so she could get on the board.
Yeah, so she wouldn't get served up a bagel.
I might actually play the 1-9 here and freeze him on the 8. Stop shot.
That's going in the hole.
close.
But you saw what I saw, right, guys? I mean, with
Yeah.
the 2 tied up, and
He got there, too.
He played a great shot.
He
But
got-
if that one fell, he would be in
Yeah.
deep trouble. Mika's in jail here. If he hits this ball, this will be a really good shot. It'll probably hit around the second diamond with low left English. With the new cloth, I'm not sure if he can get this to bend enough to beat that 5 ball. On old cloth, you could definitely hit this ball, but on new cloth, this is a brutal hit.
Yeah, it's still fast, and somebody in the chat there was talking about the cloth, and yes, it is still pretty fast.
Yeah, it slides. It slides a lot still. It's day 2. The conditions are still impeccable, and you can't really use inside English unless you're going into the rail at a 9-degree angle if you want it to catch. Yeah, Mika's in trouble. He should probably tie up a ball
So
here.
I was gonna say he's gonna push one down there, tie it up, maybe.
Tie up the 2, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know what he was trying to do there.
Create traffic is what that was.
It is going to be hard to, if the 2 doesn't go, he's already all right there. I'm not sure if the two must not go by what Mika shot. Sorry guys, I'm fighting a little cold, so if I tap out, it's for your benefit. What he could do is he could play the 1, come up to the where he has his hand, and then thin the 2 and put the cue ball behind the 9. He could play the 1, play position for another safe, thin in the 2 on the left side, and put the cue ball behind the 9. That might be a good play with Mika on 1. Maybe you could 3-foul Mika. If you do that, you deserve an award. But you know, you got to play the right shots. You got to play the right shots, and I think that's the right play here. Unless that 2 goes. If the 2 goes, then I'm totally wrong. You play position on the 3 and run out.
Or if it doesn't go and he gets aggressive and tries to snap it out of there. You know,
He could try to draw into it, but I don't think that's a wise.
again, I don't know Lance the way he plays. This is my very first time witnessing his play.
Nope.
Oh, that's a foul.
Just fouled.
It's not a foul here.
Right.
Because he didn't touch the 4. He just touched the 2. Mika gets to put it back. And they shoot from there. Normally that'd be a foul, and that's why.
That's the modified rule we were
Yeah,
talking about.
that's the rule I was talking about early on.
Yeah, busted out of there. Well, he tried.
I think playing position for the safety was the right play there. He still has the safety. He's going to thin and put him behind the 5 or the 4. If he can get it behind that 3, he would have really locked him up. But now I think Mika might still be able to get enough twist on this to go back into the 2.
And you don't have to hit it that hard.
I
Keep
think
it
you
locked
can see,
up.
I think you can see it.
He hit it hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, he couldn't see it. He had to spin into it, but I think he was trying to make the 4 there. The 6 just became a really big problem, and I don't think the 2 goes by the 9.
Doesn't look like it from this angle here.
Or it almost looks like it at the table, but I don't think so. Larry plays good straight pull. He might know to play this. If he goes rail into the 2 with draw, that would put. Yeah, I'm saying Larry's father was a good straight pull player.
Yes, he
oh,
was.
Lance.
He was a
it
champ.
Lance? It was Larry.
No,
right?
that's Lance.
Yeah,
his
Larry.
father was, yeah, you're right.
His father used to play really strong straight pull, and I think if he goes rail first with draw, that would put follow on the 2, and the 2 would go. You wouldn't have a shot at, just that's the wrong play. But that's just another.
I don't like the carom here. I don't like the way he was looking at that.
I don't
Not
think
that it
two
don't
goes.
Well,
He's
he could play
playing
the
the
9.
He's
He's
playing the
going to
9.
play the
Yeah.
carom. But he's got to hit that so thin that I don't think that 9 go.
No, I think he has to hit the 2 too thick that the 2's going to go in the way. Actually.
Might
You
kick
know
it,
something?
yeah.
It looks pretty good. I don't know. From this angle, it looks good. From the other angle, it looks like it's too thin. He's got to hit it precise. I mean, to play this 9 ball,
Well, the 3 doesn't go. So either he's playing safety or he's playing aggressive.
he's playing the 9.
I kind of like this with where the 3 is. Yeah, the 2 went in the
Two
way,
ball
like I
kicked it,
said.
right,
yeah.
yeah.
So you had to hit it too thick to get the angle. And if that's the case, he had to play it safe there. And I didn't take the time to think of a safety, but there had to be a stronger safe than going for that shot then. You got to get frozen on the rail to get the 3, right? Or play for the window between the 8 and the 6. I guess the window between the 8 and 6 is the right shot.
Between the 6 and the 3, he can play for that window too. I mean, if he wants to play that way.
Yeah. That's
Then come back
what I
before
mean,
the
yeah.
4.
So this is top right. He's going to go 2 rails. No,
Well,
he's
he's
doing
drawing
draw.
it.
What's he doing? Come on, Mika. Yeah, he's squirrely.
We're going to see something special coming up.
I think there's a scratch if he tries to go back and forth, so that's why he's doing something else. Yeah, he's just accepting it.
Yeah, that's the shot. There's the angle
he
between that
just
6 and
accepted it.
3 there.
He's going to come straight across and try to stay above the 8, miss the 8, and play position on the 4. Problem then is that he's going to have to go up and down table for the 5, right? I don't see him being able to get thick on the 4 with the 8 there.
It depends on how he gets on that 4.
Well, he was able to miss the 8 and get close to the 4 and get a thick angle. Yeah, I'll be able to hold it for the 5. This is a very difficult out, though. You know, like, he's already made 2 really good shots. He's got to get on the 6, which is a little difficult. Does he try to squeeze underneath it?
He could. Well, he doesn't really have to. He can come to the center of the table and still have a shot on the 6 to get back to the 7, too. He doesn't have to take that risk if he don't want to.
Yeah, he might just follow with outside, but I think he's taking the risk. Oh, he's thicker than we thought.
How about that? Yeah.
He's on the wrong side. He's going to play short side position on the 7.
Yeah, he's got no real choice from here. And again, you don't have to get dead perfect on the 7 ball. You want the angle.
Yeah, this is fine. He'll swing out with low outside English, I believe. He could use follow too, but I like low outside here. Low left.
Drawing it.
Yeah, low left. He could have gone either way there, but I like low left there as well. He's just going to go 1 rail up. Get the cue ball back where it is, a little further to the left. Be perfect. Game over. 7-1, I think.
Yep, that puts it. That's going to be 7-1.
I shouldn't count the eggs before they're hatched because he did jar one of the 9s that was, I think, easier than this. But we are watching Mika play, so he's not going to do that again. Guys, I got to say that, you guys are saying this is a terrible rule. This is Mike Zuglin's tour he's had for almost 20 years.
Yeah, quite a while.
It's how the old school used to play, and I can't disagree with it. And Mike was saying during the players' meeting, he said this for the last 10 years, I think, if someone comes with a set of rules that everyone can agree with, and make it all uniform, he'll be the first one to jump on board. And I think all the players really feel that way. If we could just get one set of rules, the pool community would just be super happy, and we could actually practice, the break a certain way.
Okay, so it looks like the 2 ball changed, huh?
No, it's in the
It's
same
still
spot.
same spot?
Yeah,
Okay.
the 2 and the 4 are both in the same spot. He's just swapped the sides, so he's either going to go 1-3-5 on one side or 1-3-5 on the other side and put the 2. Now let's see if the 2 has the least movement aside from the 9.
The wing ball went that time.
Yeah, so he gave
Just
him a really
avoided
good
a
wrap.
scratch.
And Mika's got his arms in the air, but I think he's got the 2 on the side. He may be eclipsed by the 3 a little bit, but I think he's got the 2 on the side. Position on the 3 is very challenging, though. He might try to hit the 9 just to stay on the right side of the table so he doesn't get safe behind the 7, 8, and 4. I think that's the safest play. And if he does, he'll use top left so he can swing back 2 rails towards the middle of the table. The speed top left. Okay, he's using low. So I'm a little afraid of hitting those balls, but he was able to avoid them by a smidge.
Wow.
Almost hit the 4, but of course he forgot to make the 3. But it's a pretty good shot he played there for the position on the 3 on the side. It's a nice creative way to get out from a very tough position. So I think he's going to play the 3 in the corner, his hands in now. So probably just squirt across and back out. He hit that a little soft.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I would have gone to the rail and out, or, you know, he either hit it too hard or too soft, one of the two. But he's at the 50-yard line. Of course, if he pockets the ball, he'll be all right in the 4, but you don't want to be this close to the rail and have a shot this far away, even though this guy's clearly a good player, but it's a tough shot. It's missable, we'll put it that way. If he doesn't miss it, he should be out. This is that key shot Al was talking about earlier.
He might be stuck here.
Wow, just as I said, as long as he makes it, he's all right. He got hooked by the 8.
And there again, speed. Speed's a factor.
Yeah, speed's been a big factor for both players. I've seen Mika playing a much more difficult run out than I usually see. When he's got an open table, it's usually nice and simple and easy, you know, but the conditions are causing him to come with a lot more banks and a lot more difficult shots to continue the run. Guys, I don't know who's in charge of uniform rules. I know the WPA does have a set of rules, but I know everywhere I go, whether I'm on the West Coast or the East Coast, I have Texas Express rules in the West. I have, you know, Tony Robles rules or Mike Zuglin rules in the East. I got tri-state rules. I've got like every tournament I'm playing different rules, different break, different you know, completely different situation. It would be awesome, but. Back to the match at hand. This is a pretty connected dot out for Mika. He's going to follow up with the 4, play the 7 in the lower right corner, probably play the 8 in the upper right corner, and play the 9 in the lower left corner. Mika could always play position for the 8 in the side, but I think he's playing in the corner. Uh-oh, they're doing a fade-in. The ghost of Michael is on the screen.
Right.
Yeah, Mika's getting better and better with the speed here. He hit that really nice.
Mika's speed is getting him to the hill right here. 8-1.
Yeah, I gotta say, when you come to these tournaments, if you get a match where you have a few more opportunities than usual, it's always nice to get loose and get your speed together. And
Well, he was walking around here for quite a bit looking for a table to hit some balls on, and
yeah, good luck with that.
yeah, he couldn't do it. He couldn't.
128 players trying to do the same thing. That's why I think we're all a little, I'll say, not 100% on our game yet. Clearly, Mika's not playing his game, but he's playing good enough. His B game beats most of us here.
Right.
You know.
Welcome for the free stream there, guys. Thanks for watching.
Since we are getting close, guys, I should probably mention the sponsors again. Mika is sponsored by Mez Q's Taum Tips, and that's his break cue tip, and then Kamui Products. I'm also sponsored by Kamui, Jacoby Custom Cues, Predator Shafts. I have to thank my wife, Christine Jagdale.
Absolutely.
Alex Pagulayan has been a big help to me with the BTR as well. Thanks, Alex. Back to the show here. He's doing a cut break. Let's see if the wing ball goes.
One goes in the corner.
I think he made the wing ball too. He made 2 balls, doesn't have shape on the 3, and it has the push out. Someone's working at Hoover Dam. I've actually gone to visit that a couple times. Pretty impressive. Now what Mika could do is kick 2 rails and put him behind the 7 and thin the 3. Obviously he's not going to do that, but that'll be his next shot. And unless he took it away with the 4-ball.
What is Mika's chalk of choice?
He uses Talm, chalk, I believe, and Kamui chalk.
Kamui's on board also, sponsoring the free live stream.
Saw some John Bartone. Do a little shout out to him. He's a big part of Kamui USA, and Mr. Masato in Japan.
Absolutely.
I think Caroline Powell helps Mika with the Mez cues. She's
She
German.
used to. Does she still do?
I think so.
Okay.
I think they're both associated, unless I've been out of the loop a little bit with them.
It's a nice little shot, but the speed.
He's
is
going to leave a window there.
And it's a big Anderson window.
It was a great shot with no real reward. He was creative, got a good angle and everything, and the speed got him again. I think that's the experience of a Mika. You know, just he would have hit that shot and probably made it now. He's been at the
Fire
table
in
a
the
lot more,
hole.
though.
Again, those are the shots that I like seeing Mika shoot.
Yeah, you like it as long as you're not playing him.
Yeah. Well, you know, he excelled. For some reason, certain players excel at different aspects of a shot or shooting. And it's one of those that he just rises to.
I'm going to give a little advice. Like, people watch a lot of these streams and a lot of these players, and what I would recommend is people should probably pick a player for their favorite thing, like Mika's pocketing, maybe like Alex Pagulayan's creativity, maybe Evren's kick safeties. You know, we could go through the arsenal, Jason Shaw's pocketing, banking, etc. And you watch these guys and you try to figure out what they're doing, and you grow as a player. You know, there's nothing better than these live streams that people are providing for us to watch to improve your game and to be more impressed by these players' abilities. And just like that, Mika's going to close out this set, I believe. Swing to the rail with a little bit outside. And get pretty straight on the 9.
And Lance says, hey, Mika, I can't take no more.
I
Well,
love you.
Lance, I didn't get to see you shoot your game, Lance, but I'm going to keep watching you. I want to see how Lance, because Lance really didn't have the opportunity to open up here. But taking no credit away from Mika, the Iceman, and Mike Yetnick and Joe in the booth, Joe Collins. I want to say thank you to you guys. I have to end this recording on that note. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, Al.
Okay. No, I'm still on here. That's